Why is the press and the palace refusing to look or comment or report on Meghan Markle's links to the same individual, and most importantly, her relationship, her close personal relationship with Prince Andrew?
Wasn't there some speculation that she was on Epstein's yacht at one point in time? There was like photos with her and Prince Andrew way back in the day when she was like in her early 20s. Wow.
It is interesting how she's exposing her as a yacht girl, someone who was paid off by rich men to go and hang out.
It was suggested that the then Meghan Markle likely spent time with Prince Andrew and Jeffrey Epstein before she even met Prince Harry.
Why aren't they pushing this nuclear button and just let the world know about Meghan Markle?
Picture this. A quiet Saturday night, the kind of evening where laughter bounces off the walls, popcorn crunches under fingertips, and the glow of the TV warms the room. Everyone thinks it's just another ordinary night, just another episode of SNL. But tonight, the air is about to ignite. One joke, one careless line, one perfectly timed punch, and the calm fractures. A fuse has been lit, and it snakes straight into Meghan Markle's meticulously crafted world, a universe of candles flickering just so, crystals arranged with ritual precision, and Instagram quotes filtered to absolute perfection. The audience thinks it's comedy. Meghan? Not so much. Because as SNL casually drags up her name alongside a set of resurfacing yacht photos, something inside her snaps. And trust me, the chaos you're about to witness? It's only beginning. Hold on tight, because this is where the storm begins. Colin Jost steps onto that stage, all charm, all ease, tailored suit, effortless grin, married to Scarlett Johansson like life's nothing but smooth sailing. Then he opens his mouth and boom. A single line detonates across the room. The new UK trade deal? Simple. America keeps Meghan Markle. The studio freezes. A silence so sharp you could cut it with a knife. Somewhere in Montecito, an eyelash falls, unnoticed. And then the eruption. Laughter, gasps, claps. But this is no ordinary joke. It strikes at the very nerve Meghan has spent years hiding, and Colin doesn't stop. He goes further, barely pausing to breathe, mocking her Instagram habits, hinting at secrets she thought were buried. The crowd goes wild. Headlines ignite like wildfire. Commentators choke mid-tea sip. And Meghan? Sources say there was no laugh. No Hollywood chuckle. Only recognition, the kind that hits like ice water. A wine glass meets marble with a sharp crack. Because she sees it. The joke isn't politics. It's her brand. Her carefully constructed story. And once the world starts treating you like a punchline, the dam begins to splinter. SNL's comedy isn't simple. Layers upon layers. This isn't just haha Meghan. This is, we know something you hoped no one would ever say aloud. Colin winks at old rumors. Andrew, private islands, whispered networks she worked tirelessly to erase. He teases her about never Googling Harry, a lie so blatant, even cartoon characters would pause. Because Meghan, queen of vision boards, manifesting princes since age 5, wants us to believe she didn't search for Harry. Please, this is no innocent jest. SNL is spotlighting the shadows she's kept locked away. One insider admits, that joke felt like permission, a green light for Hollywood to whisper. The doors Meghan fought to lock are creaking open, and just when she dares to hope the storm has passed, boom. Another explosion. Yacht photos emerge. Not blurry snapshots, not casual party selfies. These are cinematic, sunlit, pristine images. A yacht drifting along a sparkling European coastline, men in designer shades, champagne, staff at the ready, opulence everywhere. And there she is, hair flawless, skin radiant, laughter echoing like perfection incarnate. A woman indistinguishable from Meghan Markle. The timing? Too perfect to be coincidence. These images surface precisely as Meghan attempts a relaunch, wine brand, documentary plans, lifestyle empire. And suddenly, old whispers glide back into the spotlight, leaning in. Remember us? But the scandal isn't the yacht. It's the era. These photos date back to her suit's years, when she was building a pristine girl-next-door image. And yet, the energy here? Private events, exclusive circles, a level of luxury far beyond casual reach. People don't ask, is that her? They ask, how did she even get there? Remember, this isn't Duchess Meghan. Not global humanitarian Meghan. This is early Meghan, avocado toast, self-care Sundays, manifest your dreams girl. Cute? Yes. Yacht level access cute? Absolutely not. This was A-list, VIP-only territory. If your name isn't on the list, you don't board, and here's the twist. At that time, Meghan ran TG, her personal lifestyle blog. A platform of curated glimpses, carefully packaged stories, soft tones masking the strategy beneath. Her blog. TIG. A carefully curated gallery of sunlit escapes, cryptic summer invitations, polished travel shots that whispered fortune and privilege, but always wrapped in innocence. Lucky, grateful, blessed, she wrote. That was the story. But today, those same entries read like a secret diary being exposed under harsh light. Industry insiders have long murmured what the public never saw. Meghan was no accidental social climber. She played the room, always networking, always appearing where she needed to be, while no one else realized the game she was playing. One source put it bluntly, people like Meghan don't just end up on yachts like that. Someone puts them there. And that's the truth. These photos don't just raise eyebrows, they lift the veil. A yacht like that isn't a vacation. It's a universe, a rarefied world she never shared with anyone, yet one she clearly navigated long before Harry stepped into the picture. Here's the part she hoped would stay buried forever. Before royal titles, before podcasts, before Hollywood deals, there existed a shadow network, whispered about in hushed tones among the ultra-wealthy, social power brokers, and yes, men with ties to the very circles Prince Andrew moved in. The rumors weren't loud. They weren't public. They hid in corners, in quiet industry corridors, behind the "Don't ask too many questions" sign. The royal machine knew. When Meghan and Harry announced their engagement, palace aides allegedly went into overdrive to suffocate even the faintest hint of scandal. Old threads vanished. Publications were nudged, subtly, to ignore unverifiable stories. Because if a woman is about to marry into royalty, her past must be spotless, even if it means some careful erasure, but whispers never truly die. They linger, they wait. And when those yacht images resurfaced, the old rumors didn't just peek out, they stormed back. One insider said it bluntly, the rumor wasn't new. It was just buried. And now, the ground that held it down was cracking. Here's the juiciest twist. Meghan didn't just craft a career. She crafted a persona. Every yoga post, every avocado toast snapshot, every softly lit, empowerment-laced interview, it was all product launch precision. She sold herself as relatable, hardworking, humble, grounded. But the resurfaced yacht photos do more than threaten her past. They shatter the narrative she built her empire on. Because how do you preach purity, empowerment, and "I built this from scratch" when there's photographic proof of ultra-luxury access years before royalty entered the story? Hollywood insiders note the danger. Her brand relies on consistency. One crack, one contradiction, and the entire structure wobbles. And these yacht photos? They weren't just a crack, they were a floodlight through the facade. Suddenly, the question isn't, is that Meghan on the yacht? It's, if she hid this, what else is hidden? And once that question lands, the scandal snowballs. Why now? The world expected a response. A statement. A denial. A legal threat. A glittery Instagram manifesto. But she gave nothing. No whisper, no post, no passive-aggressive quip. Just silence. A silence louder than any press release. Sources inside Montecito say she went full lockdown. No staged coffee runs. No paparazzi smiles. No casual dog walks to soften the tension. Behind closed doors? Chaos. Frantic calls, emails flying, team pacing, scrambling. One source said she didn't even know what to deny first, because here's the unwritten rule in Hollywood and royalty. When something false surfaces, you snuff it immediately. You don't give it air. You don't let it fester. You annihilate it. Meghan? She froze. And the world leaned closer. Meanwhile, Harry disappeared. Not physically, but emotionally, publicly, energetically. He skipped appearances, muted smiles, declined interviews. Even the Zoom calls he normally treated as theater? Missed. Insiders say the tension in Montecito was tangible. One whispered, he looked like a man reading fine print he wished he'd never seen. Think about it. Harry surrendered titles, home, family, relationships, all to build a life around her story. And now, with these photos, long-buried whispers, and Meghan's silence, he's questioning everything. Sources say he's finally accepting truths he avoided before. A scene straight out of a movie, Meghan clinging to the narrative, Harry stepping back, trying to discern if he ever knew the full picture. And the silence between them? Louder than SNL's entire studio audience combined. Here's the reality. The yacht photos aren't the scandal. SNL isn't the scandal. Harry's withdrawal? Not the scandal either. The real scandal is the illusion. For years, Meghan didn't just tell a story, she engineered a world. Piece by piece, filter by filter, interview by interview. The struggling actress turned duchess. The humanitarian underdog. The girl next door chasing royal dreams. Hollywood sparkle meets regal elegance, but perfection can't survive contradiction. The yacht photos didn't reveal a scandal, they exposed a fault line. A crack in the foundation of the fairy tale. Ambition, strategy, erased chapters, calculated reinvention, suddenly laid bare. Once the world senses a fissure, the pressure builds. Not because people want her to fall, but because everyone wants to know, who is the real Meghan Markle? The woman she presented or the one she concealed? And this, my dear, is the moment the room goes silent. The SNL joke wasn't comedy. It was a declaration. The photos weren't accidents. They were warnings. The silence? Not noble. It was revealing. And the fallout? Inevitable. Meghan Markle's carefully constructed global image is flickering. The world watches, waiting to see what rises from the smoke. Because the question isn't just whether the past resurfaces, it's what comes with it. And trust me, we're only just getting started.